Hey there guys, John here again. Well, as you can see, I'm out here on the water yet again, and I thought that I'd take this opportunity to do kind of an impromptu on the water gear review for you. Now, as some of you guys may recall in a backpacking review video that we put together a little while back, I had given you a sneak glimpse of a fishing setup that is pretty unique and that actually drew a little bit of interest. So what I want to do today is give you guys kind of a quick overview, kind of a quick review of the rod and reel, and just a really quick glimpse of a little fishing kit that you can throw together, and then discuss just kind of briefly some of the applications for this rod. Now, this is the part that you may want to stay tuned for, because the applications for this rod are fairly unique. It's a unique rod, and so yeah, anyway, I think you're going to like it. So anyway, let's take a look and see what we got here. Okay, so what we have here is a lightweight and compact, and I do mean compact, fishing rod. Now, I know, this is a fishing rod, huh? So actually what we have here is a little rod from penfishingrods.com, and this is the Penrod Extreme. Now this little guy is coming in at 8 inches. Yeah, pretty small, huh? And what it is a telescoping rod, full feature telescoping fishing rod. And this little fella extends out to a full 57 inches. So pretty impressive. And just a kind of a quick overview here. What we got is, like I said, it's a pen style rod, which makes it great for stashing anywhere, you know, whether it's just tossing in the pack, you know, maybe a day trip, possibly a survival kit. It's really ideal for something like that. A bug out bag, EDC. I mean, the applications for this little guy are, you know, pretty much endless. It's a really versatile little rod, just as a nice backup rod, even a primary rod, to be honest with you. I've been fishing with this for probably a couple months now, as pretty much a go-to rod. I really wanted to put this thing through the test, put it through the steps, and see how it's performed, and it's done well by me. That's all I'm going to say right now. But going into this just a little bit here, this is actually a quality piece of fishing equipment. What it is it's made out of a high-grade polycarbonate construction, and in each of these telescoping sections here, it's got these titanium rings, which help provide a little bit of stability to the rod, as well as reinforce it, give it a little bit of extra backbone and strength. And as far as the guides go here, what we've got are attached to the titanium rings here on the guides are aluminum oxide inserts, and these inserts are actually pressed into the guides here, which makes them much more sturdy, much more, they're not going to come out, let's just put it that way, okay? They're not cheap, they're not glued in here. It's a quality little rod. And, you know, pretty basic. There's not much to this. Like I said, I'm not going to go too much into this right now. But that's what we've got. For the reel seat, we've just got the, you know, aluminum reel seat here. And you just attach the rod, you know, into it. You guys know how that goes. Not going to go too much into that here and bore you to death. But that's pretty much what we got on this guy. And there is actually another model available. And that is the Penrod Goliath, and this one is actually 63 inches in total length. Pretty impressive little rod. This rod actually happens to be the one that I broke the world record on for a style of rod like this, super ultralight action compact rod, and that was a plus 20-pound fish, and this little rod handled it perfectly. same construction and features as the Extreme, which I just showed you. Just a little more length for, you know, extra casting, a little more leverage on fish. Anyway, that's what we've got for the rods. Really nice little rods. Like I said, I've been fishing with them, multi-species, over the last several months, you know, throughout most of the summer and the fall fishing season. And these rods have performed really well for me on a variety of species, from trout to bass to some catfish even, to very large carp, bluegills. This little system's pretty much seen all the action that I could throw at it this year, and the tests that I've put it through, and still running well, still catching fish for me. So can't say anything bad about this. Really great setup. Now, of course, on a rod like that, you got to pair it up with something, and this is the MX15AA all aluminum rear drag reel, which actually comes as a combo with these rods when you order them from penfishingrods.com. And pretty decent little reel here, guys. What it is just it's an all aluminum bodied reel with a reversible handle, you know, right or left hand function. You've got a titanium coated roller guide here, quick easy on and off aluminum spool. You've got your rear drag. Now that's one of the things I like about this little reel here, is the drag is actually very smooth, very nice on this reel, and it's actually critical to this style of fishing because you're fishing with this very light, ultralight action rod. And so when you're fishing you know, with a rod like that, you're actually allowing your reel to do the majority of the work. Now, if you watch the video where I caught the 20-pound plus carp in on this particular rod, that was with 4-pound test with a 3-pound leader. And if it wasn't for the reel doing the majority of the work during the fight of that fish, it would have been virtually impossible to land. I mean, there's a lot of finesse that goes, that is involved rather, you know, when fighting these large fish. And like I said, and you can see it in the video, this little rod handled perfectly for that fish. I know that it's fully capable of catching a much larger fish without a doubt, and hopefully one day we'll get that on video for you guys. But for now, that's about all I got on the review part. Like I said, I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse of, a quick review rather, of this little setup. And while we're at it, we'll look at a quick little fishing kit. Not going to go too much into this. You guys have seen my backpacking fishing gear, and this is very similar. What I've got is just a little case that I keep these rods and the reel in, as well as a just one of these little Plano mini tackle boxes with some assorted lures and terminal tackle, things like that. A little pill bottle with some spinners, things like that. Now I'm going to tailor this to you know, the species that I'm going after, or something like that, but I like to keep it pretty diverse because this is something that I keep in as an EDC type of thing, an everyday carry. You know, something I keep in my glove box in my vehicle. You know, it's generally always available because that's the beauty of this rod and this fishing system here, is that it is always available to you. It's so compact that you know, if you don't fish a lot, or even if you do like me and just don't happen to have your gear with you and happen to be, you know, on the way home, you got a little extra time and spot that beauty of a fishing hole, you know, you're geared up to fish for whatever species of fish you're going to be after. So there is that. I do keep just a little fillet knife in here as well. This is just a cheap little fillet knife, just something to have in here to cut bait with, whatever it happens to be. Generally I have a multi-tool with me, so that takes care of hook removal, things like that. But that's pretty much it. A nice compact little case, compact little fishing kit, rod, reel, complete tackle, fillet knife, everything you need right here. And since we're on this right now, we'll talk a little bit about the applications, and that's one of my favorite things about this system. Of course, I've already talked about the you know, kind of ready to go feature of this, and that's probably my favorite thing about this whole thing, is that it's always available. You know, it's in my glove compartment, and I'm never left without the ability to fish, which is important to me as a, you know, a hardcore fisherman, Mr. Intense Angler. You know, the ability to fish is important, and you guys have seen me in another video with my little emergency fishing kit. You know, I'll pretty much go to any lengths to be able to fish, if I need to or want to. So anyway, I really like this kit because it allows me the options to fish in style, I guess is a good way to put it, you know. Um, yeah, it is fun once in a while to tie an old piece of line to an old tree branch and just act like a kid again. And I've had a lot of fun doing that. But then again, you just can't beat fishing with quality equipment. An actual fishing rod and reel, and that's what this system allows. Is for those of us that want the options always available to us to fish, or even for those of you that are into backpacking or something like that, where you don't want to pack a full-on, backpacking rod. And I actually have one here. I mean, you can see the difference here. You don't want to pack this into the backcountry if you're not sure you're going to want to fish. But if you've got this tossed in the pack at a couple extra ounces, and you just happen to be staring out at that gorgeous mountain lake and the fish are rising, you can't resist. You can fish. So anyway, there's that application, of course. One of the beauties of this is I've seen a lot of different types of survival fishing equipment. Everything from the little pouch in the Ziploc bag that I showed you guys in a video of mine, to one of the more common things is the PVC tube type fishing emergency fishing kit. Excellent option there, not bashing on that whatsoever. They're really compact. But for my money, if we're talking something that you're going to be sticking in your survival kit in a situation where your life is potentially going to count on it, it's better, in my mind at least, to go with something that is going to be a viable, very viable option that's going to allow you the best opportunities for success. And a rod like this is going to meet those needs. And the beauty of it is it's actually more compact than those compact emergency fishing kits made out of the PVC tubes. You toss in the reel, of course, that adds a little extra bulk to it, but I still think it's comparable, if not better, than the PVC type fishing, emergency fishing setup. And like I said, it offers you the full range of fishing functions for multi-species with this. And you toss in a either one or two lures, a spinner, a little pouch of bait, whatever species are in the area that you're going to be going for, that you're going to be targeting. You really can't beat it for survival. Like I said, if I was in a situation like that, I would want this with me probably more than a stick or a piece of PVC tubing. Of course, survival is about improvising, and it's also about preparation. So anyway, not going to do a whole spiel on survival here, but that is one of the applications of this fishing rod that I love. Another application is bug out bags. Same principle as survival. It's a bag that's ready to go. You grab it, you go. It's got capabilities for food, water, shelter, get home, emergencies, things like that. And once again, a little rod like this, stashed in a kit like that, is a perfect option. It allows you the abilities to fish full function when you need to. Okay. Other options, travel. Great for travel, stash anywhere. Aside from that, like I said, EDC, everyday carry, that is another of my favorite options on this rod because it's something that I keep with me all the time. It's something that's either in my EDC bag, which is a kind of a full-size backpack bag that I keep generally just stashed in the vehicle. It's got a first aid kit, all that. I'm not going to go into that here, but this kit is generally either in that bag, which is in my vehicle or with me, or it is in my glove compartment of my vehicle, which is of course what I'm in when I'm out. Okay, well that's about all I got for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little look at this pretty cool little rod and reel system that I showed you here. If you're interested in picking one up, you can do that at penfishingrods.com. I've been very satisfied with these guys. I've been in contact with the proprietor since I picked up the products. Been fishing with them all summer. They've held up well. They helped me break a world record, which I am just sounding like I'm bragging now, so I'm going to shut up about that. But anyway, us fishermen. So that's about all I got for this one, guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next one. As always, thanks for watching.